before he even brought her to you and he first told you about him finding another woman, karoho kawivu hakaka kutembelea hivi kiroho, unajua kio kiwaru kinashika mtu hapa. Mnakijua kiwaru kiteremuki hakipandi. Yes, you didn't feel some type of way like anger, jealousy?
Okay, as a human being you have to, because you are normal. And one thing, just like what I've said, I knew him, and because it's something that he had been saying about it, and he wanted to be a good example to people. He has been doing a lot of counseling, and we have heard about the family problems, where maybe there is a lot of fight, there is a lot of problem in the family life. So as a human being, you have to feel it. You have to ask yourself, why have we thought about it? Why is it, how are people going to take it? You know, most of the time you also think about people.
The society.
Yeah, how are they going to see it?
Yes.
How will you see me as a human being? Is it that you have been cheated? Yeah, God had already blessed us with some properties. And you know, people think that as the second wife comes in, maybe you either be chased away or you miss your properties. There were so many questions which were there. But because he was open to me, we discussed it. Yeah.
How long did it take you for you to accept and process it within you that now you really want, it's okay, like, okay, fine, unajua utakubali shingo upa. Hey, kuna wengine wetu hawezi kubali milele, but kuna iye wewe ulikaa, like you stayed how long for you to process it and you are like, okay, let's just do this?
Okay, as a prayerful woman, because I know in life, as a woman, one thing you have to be somebody who is very prayerful. So as a prayerful man, I continued praying and asking God, how are these things going to be? And I think the time I felt I'm okay and I don't have any problem, I told him, well and good, if that is how you have felt about it. Yeah.
You have women friends in church, in the community, hapo nyumbani, the neighbors and everything. Before she was even brought to you, and when she was brought to you, kuna hiyo wamama wa susu wala wanyamazangi, kuingililia maboma za watu, tunawajua. Did they ever come to influence your decision, kukuchocha unaanza kubali, you know, there are those women. Did you meet this kind of women, and did they even try to change your mind, and did they even talk about you after she has been brought?
Yeah, you will not miss such people in the society. So what the mostly I could find some of them asking, what is this? I can hear about it. And there is something that I told God, that I don't want to be somebody who will be discussing about your family issues with other women.
Yes.
Because I know in life, if you allow some people to give you the decision, you have to fight for it. So what I did is that I think I did not entertain them. And those who wanted even to ask me the questions, most of them were not able to do so. I don't know why. I think I did not have any woman coming direct to me.
So
and
you didn't
asking,
let them, you didn't give them the open ground of bringing all those questions.
Yeah, I did not allow it. And I have noted in life, if you want to live a good life, don't ever discuss about your family with other people.
Oh, yeah.
Because mostly they will not ever give you a good answer. So they will see it negatively. They will tell you so many things which are negative. And definitely you will not make it in life.
Yes.
So one thing, I did not entertain anybody, but I know they were talking about. And you cannot deny them to do so.
Yes.
Yeah, I know they were discussing it. But what I could do is that as we are talking, the three of us, in our discussion.
Did it ever affect you negatively, the transition? Kushika stress kidogo?
Okay, one thing, the way we used to live, the time Fiat came to our home, we had now to change so many things. And we have now to discuss and see how are you going to do things, how are you going to be working together. Definitely, as a human being, you have to see there are some changes which are there, but not so much. I was not affected so much.
So when she was brought, the first day she was brought to be introduced to you, ulisikia aje? Ama how was your reaction?
Okay, I think our life was a bit funny because Joki was living with her, she was she was in the college MTC. So we had accommodated her as one of us, and we are helping her in one or the other. So even my children, they knew her. So
That was before the relationship.
yeah, we were staying with her. Yeah.
Mr. Mushoki, did it start when she was...
What there is, I told you in the beginning, you marry a friend. Studio, you marry a friend. This girl met me watering some flowers outside there. I love flowers. And I could admire this girl. I could just admire from a distance.
Yes.
One day, she came to me, approached me, akaniambia, Mwalimu, would you mind being one of my guests in my harambe? Nikamuuliza, you have a harambe? Yeah, I'm in college and I am 2 years to go. I have a harambe. And I told her, do this, teremka kwa hostel, remove the uniform, come to the house, tell me what you are telling me outside here when my wife is there. Because I told her, in my home, in my family, money is not mine, money is not hers, money is the family issue. So just come. It was not easy. She felt as if, nimempenya sana. But she came. Alipokuja nikamuuliza, huyu, do you know this girl? Kaniambia, namuonaga akipita pale.
So she was living around
the hostels were around. So nikamwambia, wacha akuambie ni nani na anataka nini kwangu. Amenisimamisha pale nje. Sasa akamwambia jina lake and why ameni approach. Akasema nataka niwe mgeni wa heshima. Na sisi tunapenda masomo sana. Huyu akasema kama ni mambo ya masomo, wacha awe mgeni. Hapo nikasema basi.
Kumbe wewe umeshaivia.
Sasa mimi nikawa mgeni wa heshima.
Yes.
Na tukaorganize harambe. Na ikafanya vizuri sana.
Yes.
And we went, all of us as a family, to the harambe. After the harambe, mimi mwenyewe nikaambia baba yake, huyu msichana bona akae kwa hostel.
Hey.
Wacha akae kwa hostel. Wacha tuamaccommodate kwa my family. Hii pesa tulipe nini? Tulipe college. Baba akasema lipeni. So mimi akaenda huyu akamaccommodate kwa nyumba. Sasa kama watu wanakaa kwa nyumba moja, what do you expect? Si ni kujuana?
Yes.
Tukajuana. Nikaona huyu msichana ni mzuri, can make another good wife here.
Kwa hivyo,
Unaona? So after that akagraduate. Alipograduate, sisi wenyewe tukamtafutia job kwa county ya Murang'a. Na akapata job ya clinic officer, akawa daktari.
So meaning your interest built up just within the house.
Yes.
With time.
With time.
Let me go back to the first queen. You did not feel ukusense? Kuna chemistry. Unajua mtu ana hiki kimzee kinaangalia hii mguu. When she came in the house as a guest, who sense, unajua sisi tunanusanga hizi vitu kwa umbali.
Okay, for me, I think I was much interested in her education. Yeah, because that's why we had accommodated her, and we wanted to see her pursuing well and completing her academic work.
Yes.
Although yes, you have to. You have to
notice.
Yeah, you have to.
Huwezi kosa kuona. Utaona. And it didn't make you uncomfortable in a way, or?
Okay, I had to talk to.
Uliongea na mzee. Nikamwambia we.
Nikamwambia.
Yeah. Ukamwambia aje?
Yeah.
Ukamwambia Niki Modo.
Yeah, he is very open to me.
Yes.
So the time I asked him, so akaniambia, as a human being, as a man, we are like that. We are created that way. Then from there, things went on.
Wow. I'm telling you, this is the most interesting conversation ever. So, ameletwa, umeintroduciwa, na imekuwa, sasa you start life together. How was the experience of having her at home?
Okay, to me, I can say that Joki is a blessing to us because the time she even got her children, they love me so much. I also love them so much. In fact, even the time we are together, nobody is able to know whether I'm the real mother or not. Even like now, when you're in the church, what they do, wakitoka Sunday school, they always come direct to me. Even if we are seated together, we always sit together in one chair.
Kwa kanisa nakaa katikati. Hapo.
Wewe unakaa katikati?
Hapa hivi. Nakaa hivi kwa kanisa. Wakati wa sadaka tumepanga laini pamoja hapa.
A big up to Mr. Mushoki, ladies and gentlemen. This is amazing.
Kwa kanisa.
But I was to ask you, church, hawajai.
They just admire me because my referee keep on telling me, afadhali wewe. Hawa jamaa wanaficha tu.
True.
That's how
Nani wengi wanaficha hapa nje. Hata wengine wako hapa. Ukweli. Very true.
Yeah.
Kuna wengine pia wameficha hapa. So when aliletwa, you guys were, the relationship is perfect even with the kids and everything.
Yeah, everything is okay, and even those kids, they love me so much. In fact, there is a time I could tell them that like now I always do the marking for the KCSC, and when I tell them I'm going, they even cry. They even ask me, who am I going to leave them with? And I'm so happy with them. And even my children, they love each other. Even the time they make a call, they want to communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he mentioned to us that both of you made a decision of staying in the same house. How did you come about that?
Kuna vitu zinajileta tu. Because the time he told us about it, we just wondered, why should she go to the other side? And now I could see my husband going to the other side, coming to this side. Everybody knows us. We have been there for a long time. And I think we concluded that one is okay. Yeah.
Let me go to the second wife, the second queen. Hey, simna kusikia. Please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, job-wise. And yes, tuendelee. Hey, maswali zinatiririka.
Okay, as I have said, I'm Vietrina Joki. I'm a clinical officer, and we live together, and I'm happily married, like a second wife, and I'm happy.
You are?
Yes.
So, when did you first realize he's interested in you?
Yeah, okay. We used to live just near where he has built.
Yes.
Our hostel was just near, and we could move with my friends, and we could greet one another.
Yeah.
So angeniambia, habari Joki, how is the going, how is the studies? So nikaona he's a good friend. So the time I had Harambe, we decided to invite him like our guest, like one of our friend with other friends from the college.
Yes.
So at that time I never knew he has an interest with me. But the time we were through with Harambe and through with studies, I can remember the time I was going for my internship. He insisted, don't go so far. I want you to be around Muranga, either Muranga or Maragua.
Hey, Mr. Mushoki. Hey.
So I can say during that time, that the time I realized that this man loves me.
And at the time you were living with him as a guest, vile alisema ati instead of uendelee kuishi kwa hostel, you come as a guest to live in their house. Hauku notice?
No, siku notice.
Are you serious?
Time. Yes.
Okay. So sorry about that. So hakuwahi kukupiga mistari at that time until after you're done graduating and everything?
I can
Kindly, excuse me, cut kidogo. Hiyo mziki ni... Yes, thank you. Thanks. So, at the time you were living within the house, you didn't notice anything.
no.
So, vile uli notice ako na interest, how was your reaction? Were you like, enyewe?
Okay, at that time already nilikuwa nampenda.
Oh, you had already fallen for him?
Because of the way he was treating me, he was a good friend. So he was my closest friend.
Yes.
So the time he was telling me,
Abu tusikize ama mtakuja kummalizia story.
so the time he was telling me,
Yes.
about, don't go so far for your attachment, you should be near. That's the time I realized,
It's mutual.
yeah.
Oh. And you were like, you were not disturbed by the fact that he was married. It was not a
Okay.
bother to you.
It was because at first he could tell me, I would like you to live a happy life. Actually hata tungeenda pahali ananiambia ningependa ujenge kanyumba kazuri. So at first sikuwa nafikiria atanipenda nikuwe
Mke wake.
mke wake. But the time he told me his interest, it was a bother. Nilimwambia, you already have a family, how will we live?
Yeah. How will it work?
Yeah. But
Bado unashindwa kuachilia.
yeah.
Oh. Hey, you were smitten. Hey, Mr. Mushoki. So, when did you guys, when he like came out to you and told you he wants you to be with him, how did you choose to be with him regardless of his marital status?
Okay, one thing.
Did you say yes like that very same?
No, it was.
It took time.
It took time.
Uh-huh.
It took almost a year before, during my attachment, my internship, before I totally decide to get married. And later I accepted.
Were you ever judged by the society as a home wrecker? You know, kuna hapo ka judgment, unaambiwa unaharibu boma ya mtu ama you are being called names. Oh, unajua second wife unaweza itwa huku nje majina. Were you ever attacked by people on that angle, and did it ever affect you or tried like changing your mind because of the forces outside?
Okay, like for my closest friends, they realized, so they could discourage me. Also, some member of my family was not on my side, but already I had decided.
So you didn't care whatever anyone said about that?
No.
Were you ever insulted by people about that?
Not really.
How about your parents?
Okay, for my it was hard for my parents to accept
Yeah.
at first. It took time, especially to my mom. Angeniuliza, "Why have you decided to get married like a second wife? Already you are educated. You actually I was working by the time I got married. You are working, you have money. You don't haujaona daktari mwingine kama wewe." Such things. But nilikaa chini nikajaribu kumwelezea. We talked. At first she refused, but later she came to accept.
So for you it was pure love. You were fighting for your love.
Yes.
It was not about that his position in the society,
No.
how he looks good, how he's a nice person. It was just you falling in love, and that is what you wanted to pursue.
Yes.
Umeletwa. Umeintroduciwa to the first queen.
Yeah.
Were you nervous?
The time I was being introduced, I was living in already I was working.
Yes.
In not so far from where we stay. I was working in Muriranja Sub-County Hospital, and I was living there.
Yes.
So the time that I was to be introduced, I was to come to Murang'a. Actually, I was visiting them regularly during weekends. So it was not a surprise to me. I had already lived there before.
Oh, ulikuwa umeshaja.
Nilikuwa
Oh, yeah.
nakaa huko nikisoma. and I used to visit during
Yes.
every weekend. If not this one, I could come the other weekends. So the time I was to be introduced, I was told, come on this Saturday, there is something I want to discuss, like a family, and I already knew what we are going to discuss. Yeah.
So normally second wives wale tumesikia hapa nje wanakujanga na wivu na kiburi na kujifanya wao wanataka kufukuza wa kwanza. Mnajua wako kahadithi. Msijifanya mjui. To second wife tunakujanga na kiburi. Atenda kujifanya ule wa kwanza atolewe kwa game. Did you ever have
No.
Tempted unataka arushwe nje?
Actually, singetaka.
Oh. Wow. Big up to her. So much respect for the first queen.
Yeah.
So ukaletwa, mkaanza kuishi.
Yes.
How was it?
It was good. It was enjoyable. I came in. I would travel from now Muranga to sub county where I was working, and we really enjoyed that time. I got my first-born child. We raised her together. I got my second-born, and we lived there happy. And
Do you ever get to differ, the two of you? Like maybe saa zingine unajua tu wanasemanga Wakikuyu madhano wamegwikiro ikonia rimwe
Sijaga ukomborania.
one. By that we mean when interpret that for me.
Tunasema two axes.
Two axes put in one.
They keep on colliding.
Yes, they have to collide.
But you can put a spot.
In between the axes. Yes. So do you ever find yourselves like maybe having differences nyinyi wenyewe without dragging him into it?
I think we have never.
Amjai gombana?
Hapana. We have a lot of respect to one another.
Hey.
What there is, as I had said earlier, these two ladies, they are free to discuss their husband. They are free. But she can't come to discuss her to me the same. She can't discuss her to me.
The main thing was maybe they've had differences without even telling
Themselves.
you. Yes, that's what I wanted to find out, if there is anything that maybe Amjai
hatujai.
Aki. Hi.
Because I think one thing is that there is a lot of respect among ourselves.
Yes.
We also know our responsibility. And one thing I like Joki is that she has a lot of respect on me. I also respect her. So whatever we are doing, we always discuss. If we want to do something at home, or maybe some work which we feel that we can do together, we always discuss. So we have never had any differences for those 8 years.
So how much is or rather how many years of age difference do you have between the two of you, if I may ask kindly?
Why hide the age? You don't hide the age yourself.
Wasichana watakangi kuanika miaka.
Ah.
How many years of difference when it comes to age between the two of you?
20 years.
Wow. Do you think age is a factor of why there's so much respect between the two of you?
I think one thing, the time Joki came, she knew that, you have to learn about the other person, what this person like and what this person hates. So she had to fit well, even if you have got that big differences of the age.
Yes.
I find her respecting me. I also respect her. Yeah.
If you allow me, because I know all these people are here because they're waiting for this question. When he's choosing where to go at night, huyu mwingine asikiangi kakitu tu karoho. Tumeseparatiwa na corridor. Right? Kuna left na kuna right. Mr. Mushoki anadecidingi mahali roho inaenda ndio inaenda. You don't feel some type, let me ask you first, you don't feel some type of work akienda huku?
Yeah, I think we don't. I don't feel. I don't have any problem.
Even at the beginning, when you were just beginning the whole setup, the whole arrangement, how kuna struggle na hiyo?
He's one who knows how to arrange things.
Me, I think you're blessed. Yeah.
So we don't have any problem on that.
Hujawahi sikia like kwa nini ameenda huko leo ama ameenda huko sana? You know there's sometime maybe anaweza enda huko kama siku 4 kwa wiki kainyanyi ma uwe. Ameenda sana one side. You never feel some type of way?
I think for me, I'm okay. I think I did not have any problem on that.
You were already psychologically
what really is,
prepared.
madam, these girls are very free. They are very free to me.
I think it's all in the mind.
They are very free with me, and I have told you. See, last Monday I the whole night. I can change the guard. You see, so I have said to them that I have no program. I have no program. Hata hao hajui. Even now from here, sijui nitalala wapi.
Tunaongea hivi sasa.
Sijui. Na kabla nitoke bedroom, nitakuwa nimedecide.
Hey, you've never felt anyway?
I have never.
Yeah?
Wow. Na tuseme amelala huku na ameenda katikati ya usiku amehama. Utamgojea ama uko tu free? Eh? Siana, no, Mr. Mishoni has said he can start his night huku. Kidogo amedecide maybe kwenda kutumia washroom. Ameingia this other side.
Yeah.
When you are left, you don't unamgojanga ama akienda unamalizana na hiyo story yake. Yeah?
I think just like what he has said, we are so free. In fact, we take things so lightly. So that is not something to disturb somebody. We take things so lightly. And we said, you know, in life, it's the way you want to take it. It's us who make the life so hard, such that you even give yourself stress, you find yourself being admitted in the hospital.
My diabetes na my pressure.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, her being the young wife, and you have been with him 22 years before she came. Na ndio hii ameletwa. Hii mwanzo ya hii tuseme the first year, second year. Sana unless he explains to me, I would assume, my assumption is joto ya, you know, ile marital, the new love inaweza anguka his side sana. It wouldn't make you uncomfortable, especially because it's like a new love. She's being pampered, yeah, newlywed. It didn't bother you at all?
Okay, this thing, whatever happened in our marriage life, me, I took it positively.
From beginning?
From the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah. Because sometimes God can use you.
Yes.
Let me tell you, God can use you. And we don't know what happens sometimes in life. You can be chosen by God to represent the family. So me, I took it positively, that God, there is something that God wanted to teach the family life, that things can happen, and your work is one thing, being a prayerful man. You might not think so much about that one. You have to know, how am I going to take all what is happening? I have my children. I also, Joki has come in our life, and there is nothing I can do. And I cannot also run away from the word go, because in marriage, it's a ministry that you are carrying on. So sometimes you have to see things positively. I know it is hard,
Yes.
but God can choose you.
For example, now, this lady, many women, we can count about 6, who had run away from their families because baba amezaa nje ama ameweka. They come to her, they discuss. We know of more than 6. They have gone back to their families. Kuna wengine wanasema, if only we had met you people before, mimi singepotea kwangu.
Awesome.
So I'm saying, God can use you, and I told her, I will do 1, 2, 3 if God help me to teach other people.
Yes.
That the families can stand. And families do not stand because there's one husband. Families do not break because husbands are marrying many wives. Husbands breaks because either the man is a poor manager,
Yes.
or the lady is not respectful. But it is not an issue of how many wives are there.
Yes.
It is not an issue.
Yes. So to,
Ask her.
Yes.
How many wives had your father?
Your
How many
dad.
wives had
Your
your
dad had how many wives?
He had 3 wives.
Three wives.
I have one last question for you, Mr. Mushoki.
My father had 2. My Guka had 3.
So it's generational.
No, no.
And I think you've also learned from them, I think, yeah? Because it's in the family, it's already in your system. You've
Yes.
seen your father, you've seen, so it was already prepared, like from when you were young. Mr. Mushoki,
Yes.
kuna watatu ataweza kuja siku moja?
For now, you see, I told you, I am a wise man. I am 56 years.
Yes.
Adding another wife, I will be messing. Because when will I sir and bring them up? Kabla nikoge 70. Sasa watoto ni watu namna gani?
So it means you're
So
done.
to me, I'm done.
You're settled.
And I cannot add another one. No, please. And
Wow.
they know it. They know it.
They know umefunga.
Na kila mtu anajua pahali pake ni wapi.
Na ukipatikana umefall in love tena.
Na nani? Na wapi? You see, it is me to decide. You see,
Yes.
I told you here, and they know it. If I happen to say, even today, nikisa, I saw a son or a daughter, rest assured, I have to parent that child. So I'm very careful on how to deal with you people.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
I cannot do that now because
Wow.
I am also restricting myself.
Yes.
Tena nataka kuonyesha watu I never went for the second degree because I love sex or because that's not the agenda.
Yes. What would you tell the women out there who are in your position? Wengine wametoroka, wengine wameletewa, wamefura miezi 6 hata hawajaiongea na huyo mzee mpaka leo. Drama wanashindaka kwa SMS kutukanana. What would you tell to the women out there who are in your position?
Okay, one thing I think the time somebody is getting married, the idea is that you want to have a family and you want to live that life together with your husband. And if things don't work out well, it's good you test the situation. There are some maybe you cannot be able to live together because of the way they are behaving. Others are beating their wives. So some of the things you cannot stand for. But if your husband, maybe the reason why you hate him, you know that some of the women, as the husband comes home, the words that they give to him make them also run away. So the wife need to be respectful to the husband.
Yes.
And also try to check the situation. How is it? Sometimes you find that the husband might run away because of the way the woman is
Behaving.
Yeah, and unfortunately, these women, the time they run away, they also go and damage another family. They become a second wife.
Ametoka kwa yake.
Yeah, because of being brought.
Because ameletewa.
Yeah.
Then anaenda anajikuta pia yeye ni second wife mahali pengine.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying we need to be very careful.
Yes.
When somebody gets married, like these young people who are here, it's always good you tell God that you want to remain in this house.
Yes.
Then there should be a lot of respect
Yeah.
among yourself. Because if the husband is beating the wife, that one is not in order and that is not godly.
Yes.
The woman, the same, should also be respectful to the husband. Somebody was saying that sometimes you find, if like now the way Joku was brought to me, or maybe she has not been yet brought to me, but I'll be there playing and saying, I wish they can have an accident outside there. I wish something can happen to that family.
Yeah.
But maybe this woman who is afraid to my husband, for her she is just praying and telling God to help that husband to get enough for herself and also for the other family. So sometimes you find you need to be very careful, the prayers that you're also praying for,
Yes.
so that God can bless you. So the family life is too hard, and it's also good to be somebody who is very prayerful and respected the husband.
Yeah.
And also note the words which you are going to tell your husband, because the husband cannot come late and then you tell him to go back to where he has come from. Definitely he will go there. and then you start complaining, and maybe you're the one who is sending him away with the
Away.
words.
Yes.
Yeah, so wives, let us take care of our family.
Na
And-
akiletewa asitoroke.
Yeah.
Mmesikia from her position, and you as a second wife in your position, what would you tell the second wives out there? Na mtu amefichwa 15 years, tafadhali ongea na yeye.
Show.